Hello everyone, welcome to your next online video lesson with me, Teacher Morgan. Okay, today is Unit 5, we're still in Unit 5, and it is lesson number 7. Okay, let's go full screen, get started. Okay, we're still in Unit 5. Unit 5, all about time. Lovely water. So I hope you guys are all okay with telling the time. Lovely water. Okay, let's get started. Unit 5, lesson number 7. Okay, again, as I say, Unit 5 is all about time. What is the time? Okay, now very quick. Let's go through our 5 times table. 5 times table, very helpful in Unit 5. Okay, so that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And that is all you need to know. So here is your 5 times table. 5, 10. C equals 5, then 0, then 5, then 0, then 5, then 0, then 5, then 0, then 5, then 0. That's what happens with the 5 times table. Okay, now what is the time? What is the time? So time is hours, which is the small hand, and minutes, which is the big hand. Okay, so remember, time is hours and minutes. Okay, it's just 2 numbers. Okay, so what are these numbers? How do we find them out? Well, the hours are the numbers on the clock. And remember, it's the small hand. Okay, so these are the hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There are 12 hours on the clock. Then we have the minutes. There aren't 12, there are 60 minutes on the clock. And the minutes, yes, there are 60 of them. And they're the numbers on the clock times 5. Okay, because each one here is 5 minutes. Here are your minutes. Okay, so 1 is 5 minutes, 2 is 10 minutes, 3 is 15 minutes, 4 is 20 minutes. And remember, if it's at 12, it's 0 minutes, okay? So that's you. At 12, it is 0 minutes. And remember, the minutes is the big hand, okay? Okay, I'm sure you remember. Okay, so what is the time? We need the hours and we need the minutes. Okay, so let's do this clock again. You know what to do. Okay, so first we look for the small hand to tell us the hours, and then we get the minutes from the big hand. Okay, so here we are. Here's the small hand. Small hand tells us the hour. We look at the number on the clock. So the hour is 10. Now it's time for the minutes. So we look at the big hand. Here it is here. It's looking at 2. But with the minutes, we need to times by 5. So let's times by 5. 2 times 5 is 10. So the time is 10:10. Okay, we've done this clock before. Okay, and that is the time. Just the hours and the minutes is time. Okay, now let's go through the minutes. Remember, these are your minutes. These little lines here. So that's 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, and then when we get to 1, 5 minutes. Then we go 6, then 7, then 8, then 9, and then when we get to 2, 10 minutes. Okay, so remember, each gap here is 5 minutes. Okay, I'm sure you remember. Okay, this is all you need to remember. This is everything. Okay, remember, small hand is for the hours, and it's the number on the clock. The big hand is for the minutes, and then it's the number on the clock, but you need to times by 5, because these are the minutes. Okay, I forgot, I always leave that 4. Okay, so the time is 2:50. This one's 2:50. That's because from here to here, that is all 2 o'clock. Then from here to here, oh, my voice, is 3 o'clock. Then here to here is 4 o'clock. Then 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, and then back to 2. Okay, so even though it's very close, it's nearly 3, it's still 2. The hour is still 2. Okay, let's try another one. What is the time? The hour is 1, that's right. The small hand is 1. The minutes is 0. So we say 1, and if the minutes are 0, the big hand is pointing up at 12. It's o'clock. Okay, remember. If it's 0 minutes, then you say o'clock. Okay, now we've done all that before. That was all old stuff. Now let's do some new stuff, which is the question. What time do you? What time do you? ... What time do you? Let's see. Okay, so the question is what time do you? And then we add a verb. Okay, now a verb. Do you know what a verb is? A verb is a doing word. Things you do. Okay, like skate. That's something you do. You can ice skate. You can skate. Eat. That's something you do. Fly. Maybe you can't fly, but some animals can fly. Or when you're on an airplane, you fly. Bake, like you bake a cake. That's something you do. Jump. That's something you do. Read, like read a book. Read. That's something you do. Write. Write a letter. Write your test. That is something you do. Swim. Like in the swimming pool, you swim, like in the water. Paint. That's something you do. Paint a picture. And sing, like a singer. If you're a singer, you can sing a song. That's something you do. So verbs are things you can do, okay? So it'll be what time do you, and then a verb. What time do you eat? What time do you bake? What time do you swim? What time do you aragadai? Okay, now that's what we're going to do. But in Unit 5, we have 6 verbs that I want you to learn, okay? The first one is get up. Get up. In the morning, you get up out of bed. Okay, that's what that is. Get up out of bed in the morning. What time do you get up? What time do you get up? What time do you get up? Okay, next one. Now it's the opposite. It's go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. What time do you go to bed? What time do you go to bed? And go to bed is just when you go to sleep, you go to your bed, you lie in bed. What time do you go to bed? Okay, next one. In the morning. Okay. In the morning, what do you eat? You eat breakfast. Eat breakfast. In the morning, when you wake up, you go and you eat your breakfast. That's the first thing you eat. Then in the afternoon, what do you eat? You don't eat breakfast. In the afternoon, you eat lunch. Eat lunch. Look, as your CH, your ch. Eat lunch. Okay. And then what do you eat next then? In the evening, at night time, what do you eat? You eat dinner. Eat, oh, that was too fast. Eat dinner, okay, in the evening. And then we have one more to learn for Unit 5. And this time it's not go to bed, it's go to school. Go to school. What time do you go to school? Okay, so these are your questions. What time do you? And then one of the verbs. Okay. Now let's practice. Let's have a practice. Okay, what time do you get up? Okay, so that you, that's a pronoun. Remember your pronouns. I, you, he, she, it, they, we. That's your pronoun. That's in blue. What time do you? Then the verb is in red. Get up. Okay, now let's look at the picture. Here's get up. And here is the time. So what time do you get up? Okay, how do we answer? First word, you changes to I. Remember, if the question is you, the answer will be I. Okay, so what time do you get up? I. Then we get the verb. We take the verb, and it's I get up. Okay, I get up. And then we have a little small word, at. I get up at. I get up at. I get up at. I get up at. Now we need the time. What time? What time does she get up? What time? Well, let's look at the hour. Small hand is here. So that's 6. The hour is 6. Then the minutes, we look at the big hand, and that's at 4. So we need times 4 by 5. 4 times 5 is 20. So the time is 6:20. What time do you get up? The answer, I get up at 6:20. I get up at 6:20. So it's the pronoun I, the verb get up, at, and then the time 6:20. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, what time do you eat breakfast? What time do you eat breakfast? What time? Okay, what's the first? Let's look at the picture. Okay, here's eat breakfast. What time? Time arrive. What time? Okay, let's answer. What time do you eat breakfast? First word, you changes to I. That's right, I. I what? Then we bring down the verb. I eat breakfast. I eat breakfast. I eat breakfast. And the small word, I eat breakfast at. I eat breakfast at. I eat breakfast at. I eat breakfast at. Then we need the time. What time? What is the time? So let's look at the small hand is here. So that is 7. Then the big hand is here. That's 2 times 5. That is 10. So I eat breakfast at 7:10. I eat breakfast at 7:10. Okay, what time do you eat breakfast? I eat breakfast at 7:10. Okay, let's do another one. What time? Okay, this is a special one. What time does he eat lunch? Okay, we've changed the pronoun from you to he. And it's not what time do he, it's not do he, it's does. Okay, if it's he or she, you say does. What time does he eat lunch? Okay, let's look at the picture. It's the boy, it's he, there's his lunch. What time? Okay, so first word, we take the pronoun. Let's take the pronoun. He. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Oh my goodness. Sorry, guys. Am I still recording? Yes, I am. Oh my god. We're not at lesson summary yet. I must have pressed the wrong. I think I pressed end there. Where were we? Okay, we were here. We were here. So let me go back to the slideshow. Oh my god. Okay. Disaster. Let me have a drink of water. Okay, where are we? Okay, we're back. What time does he eat lunch? Here's the picture. Okay, so first up, we take the pronoun, which is he. Give it a capital H, a big H. He what? So then we take down the verb. Here's the verb, eat lunch. We take down eat lunch, but look here. If it's he or she, look at this letter. If it's he or she, you add an S. He or she, you add an S to the verb. So he eats lunch. Okay, then the next word. The next word's very small, very small. He eats lunch at. He eats lunch at. He eats lunch at. He eats lunch at. He eats lunch at what time? What time does he eat lunch? Let's see. So small hand is at 11. Big hand is at 12. So that's 0 minutes. So you say 11 o'clock. He eats lunch at 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 11 o'clock. Okay, next one. Oh, yes, and remember, if it's he or she, you add an S. Remember to add an S to the verb. Okay, next one. What time does she eat dinner? What time does she eat dinner? Let's look at the picture. Look, there's 3 girls, so let's talk about this one. What time does she eat dinner? Okay, so the first part, we need the pronoun. Let's take down the pronoun. The pronoun is she, so we go she, but we give it a big S, a big S. Okay, she what? She, let's take down the verb. She eats dinner. Remember the S, because he or she, you add an S. Then it's she eats dinner, the small word. Let's get the small word. She eats dinner at. She eats dinner at. She eats dinner at. She eats dinner at. What time? What time does she eat dinner? Let's look up here. Small hand is at 6. Big hand is at 4. 4 times 5 is 20. So she eats dinner at 6:20. She eats dinner at 6:20. Okay. And remember, he or she, you add an S to the verb. Okay. Okay, now, oh, this is important. Now, sometimes you don't add S. You don't add S. Sometimes you add ES. Remember, if the word ends with S, X, Z, CH, SH, or O, here we are, S, X, Z, CH, SH, or O, then you add ES, not S. Like, remember this? 1 fox, and then it was 2 foxes with an ES. Okay, so remember, if the word ends in any of these letters, then you add ES, not S. Okay, so verbs ending in it. Okay, so for example, I fix. If it's he, it'd be he fixes. See, so it ends in an X, and it's he. It's he, so you add on an S, but it ends in an X, so you add ES. Okay, I watch, she watches. I watch TV, she watches TV for an ES. I push, I push, I push. He pushes, he pushes. I go, I go, I go. Then if it's he or she goes, she goes. Okay. I punch, I punch, I punch. He punches, he punches. Any more? I mix, I mix. And she mixes, she mixes. Okay, so remember, any verbs ending in S, X, Z, CH, SH, or O, then you add ES, okay? If it's he or she. Okay, it's quiz time. It's quiz time, guys. Can you get a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, and then can you write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on your page? Lovely, are you all ready? If you're not ready, you can pause the video and you can take more time, but I'm going to go ahead. Okay, so what are we doing? The game, which one is correct? Which one is correct? This is a reading skills practice, okay? How good are you at reading? Okay, this is a reading exercise. I will show you 4 sentences, okay? 4 sentences. And I want you to copy the 1 sentence that is correct, okay? 4 sentences, 1 is correct, 3 are wrong, Okay, and I want you to copy the sentence that is correct. Okay, let's get started. Okay, read the 4 sentences. Read the 4 sentences. Then copy the correct sentence into your notebook. Okay, that's what we're doing. Okay, let's do number 1. Is it A? When time is it? When time is it? Is it B? I go to school at 9 o'clock. Is it C? She eat dinner at 2:10? Or is it D? He go to schools at 1:15? Okay, so can you copy the sentence that is correct? Okay, there's 1 sentence here that is correct, and there's 3 that are wrong. And you need to copy the good one, okay? You can pause the video if you need more time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, number 2. Number 2, what time it is? Okay, is that okay? B, she eat dinners at 6 o'clock. Is it C, he eats lunch at 11:20? Or is it D, I goes to bed at 9 o'clock? I goes to bed at 9 o'clock. Okay, there's 1 sentence that is good. Can you copy the good sentence, please? Okay, you can pause the video if you need more time. But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, number 3. Is it A, I eat breakfast at 7:10? Is it B, he gets up at 6:40? For question mark. Is it C, he goes to school at 7:30? Is it D, he go to bed at 10 o'clock? He go to bed at 10 o'clock. Okay, so can you copy the good sentence, please? And you can pause the video if you need more time. But I'm going to give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, number 4. What one is correct? Is it A? What time does they get up? What time do you eat lunch? What time does you go to bed? Or what time do he go to school? Okay, there's 1 sentence that is good, 3 that are bad. Can you copy the good one, please? Okay. What time does they get up? What time do you eat lunch? What time does you go to bed? What time do he go to school? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, number 5. What one is correct? What time do he go to bed? What time does he goes to bed? What time does he go to bed? What time do he goes to bed? What is the correct one? That's a hard one. What time do he go to bed? What time does he go to bed? What time does he go to bed? Or what time do he goes to bed? Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, time for answers. Let's go over your answers. Number 1, is it A, B, C, or D? It is B. I go to school at 9 o'clock. When time is it? It should be what time is it? She eat dinner. Need to add an S. Remember, he or she, you add an S. He go to schools, not he go. You need to add an ES. He goes to school. And no S on school. Okay, number 2, what is the answer? It was C. He eats lunch at 11:20. That's good. What time it is, not what time it is. What time is it? She eat dinners, not she eat. Remember, if it's he or she, you have to add an S. She eats dinner. No S on dinner. And I goes to bed, not I goes. No ES. I go. No ES for I. Okay, that's 2. Number 3, what is the answer? A, B, C, or D? It was A. I eat breakfast at 7:10. He gets up at 6:40. Not a question, not a question mark. Full stop. He goes to school. It's not, remember, if it ends in an O, you don't add S, you add ES. He goes with an ES, and he go, not he go, he goes with an ES. Okay, that's 3. Let's do 4. Is it A, B, C, or D? It is B. What time do you eat lunch? Okay, what time does you eat? No question mark. No, I don't know what that is. What time does you go to bed? It shouldn't be does. If it's you, it's what do you? What time do you? Not does you. What time do he go to school? Not do he. Not do he. If it's he or she, you say does. What time does he go to school? Okay, last one. Number 5. Is it A, B, C, or D? It is C. What time does he go to bed? What time does he go to bed? A. What time do he? Not do he. Does he? What time does he goes? For this one, when it's a question, you don't add es. So it's what time does he go to bed, not what time does he goes. And what time do he goes? It's not do he, it's does he, and it's not goes to bed, it's go to bed. Okay, guys, that is us all finished for today. Very long lesson. Thank you for sticking with me. So thank you so much for listening. Remember, big hand is minutes, small hand is hours. Time is hours and minutes. Remember the hours are the numbers on the clock. The minutes you need to times by 5. Remember, if it's 0 minutes, you say o'clock. What time is it? You say it's our minutes. What time do you go to bed? What time do you eat breakfast? What time do you go to school? I verb at time. I go to school at 9 o'clock. Remember, it's he or she, you add an S or an ES. And remember, so I eat, he eats. I go, he goes. Okay, guys, that is you all finished for today. Thank you for watching.